You are now listening to the Keith Ferrante podcast, hosted by the one and only Keith Ferrante.
Yo, Keith Ferrante here. How you doing today? Hey, we're having a good time over here. I want to talk about a little bit more about how to really go deep into relationships. I've been using the book Friendship that I wrote this year. You can get it on Amazon. Where transactions end and true connection begins. I work with a lot of business people and government people and church people and people of every kind of realm can be very transactional, which means I'm in it for the deal. I'm going to present a level of relational vulnerability, but it's really just to get a deal closed, a connection made, something that I'm building done. And I wrote the Friendship book because of my journey in the Lord revealing that I really needed friendship. I needed genuine friendship, not transactional friendship. And we're friendly to each other, but we do deals. I'm like, yeah, there can be lots of deals that are created on true friendship, but you got to get the true friendship really sorted out first. Got to be more focused on connection. So there's a chapter in this book on friendship on developing deeper levels of vulnerability, which is an amazing chapter. Actually, I actually got the concepts from a Jesuit priest from the 1950s by the name of John Powell out of a book called Why Am I Afraid to Tell You Who I Am? That's a great book. Get the book. It will teach you these concepts, but I've taken these concepts and kind of applied them to my own world and tweaked them a little bit. But let me just explain these concepts about relationships, and so you can kind of see where you kind of are at in your relational journey. And level one, there's 5 levels of relational vulnerability, and you know the goal is to be known. Why do we need vulnerability? Because vulnerability is about being known, and America is in the world. It's you know there's everywhere this problem. There's a loneliness problem everywhere where people, you know, you could be super successful, super powerful, have a big following, have lots of success, money, influence, this or that, and be super lonely. You can have a lot of people around you too, and so the people around you, the amount of people around you does not determine how healthy you are relationally and how rich you are relationally. Because you know what? When you have friends that genuinely care about you and you genuinely care about you, know them, they know you, you can be vulnerable to them about the good, the bad, the ugly, the dreams, the visions, the successes, the failures, the struggles, everything. That is richness. That is riches that you cannot buy. But when you can learn it. You can learn the concepts. You can bring people in your life that help you learn it. But having true friends is such a rich treasure, but it requires you learning to go deeper in your vulnerability and hide less. Bring more of you out. Share your imperfections. Risk. And it's a messy game, but it is a fruitful, worthwhile game. And the shallowest level from the book that John Powell wrote, level 1 is what we call cliche conversations. It's where some people relate around the shallowest level of conversation. People you bump into at coffee shops or in the store or in life. It's basically like, dude, hi, how you doing? But you don't really want the answer. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing great. Hey, good to see you. Okay. That's like, I know that when I say hi, how you doing to somebody, most likely I'm going to get a level 1. I'm going to get oh, I'm great. Now, I can tell already that person ain't great, but I get it. We all do it. We're not ready to reveal to everybody that says, hi, how you doing? Our deepest, darkest days, our victories. I mean, I want to share this. Man, I had an awesome win. It's awesome. I want to share this. We're not going to share that with the world. Now that we're going to share like this painful thing we're currently going through with the world. So we live at level 1, the shallowest level. And that is a starting point for conversations. But it's only an entrance. And if you live there, life is just very, very surfacey, very lonely. You can say, hi, how you doing to a lot of people. And level 2, a little bit deeper, a little less shallow, but it's reporting the facts. And I notice a lot of people live at this level. They live at level 1 and level 2. They're just reporting the facts all the time. Oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, great. Family's well. We went on a vacation. I'm well. I just was gone this weekend. I was just in Houston, by the way. And great conference. Saw some friends. Ate some good food. Watched football this weekend. My team won. The Niners. They won. Of course, I have our awesome cameraman, my son-in-law. The Steelers won too. Yeah. So that's level 2. That's reporting the facts. And we can get a little bit of juice off of that. We can have smiles, some high fives. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a valid level, but it is not a level that is going to get you out of loneliness. It's not a level, it could lie, because there's some people that relate and they could talk for 2 hours about football. That's level 2. Let's report these facts and this and that. Or they could stay at a level 2 about their work. They could stay in a business relationship and report how they build these processes in their company, in their business, their team. It's very factual. I have 10 employees and they do this, and this, and this is the money we're making. And it seems like, oh, wow, that's cool exchange. I'm kind of learning information, but that's only level 2. That's not anything meaningful at the end of the day when you're by yourself as a business person, as a leader, as a human being, where you're going to feel like, oh, I'm rich. I have people that are walking with me in this journey. And why do you have people walking with you on this journey? Because you go deeper. Level 3, which is a deeper level. Level 3 is the shallowest. Level 2, reporting the facts. Level 1, just hi, how you doing? Level 2, reporting the facts. Level 3, you begin to share your risk a little bit. My ideas, my beliefs, my values. So when you're at a level 3 with people, you begin to, even conversations about politics can go to a level 3. Because we could stay at a level 2, which is just like, our current president is doing this. He has did this political deal with someone overseas, or he's went to war with this person. Reporting the facts about politics can be a level 2. But when you say, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I like this president, I don't like this president. Like right now, we all have hot topics around that. We're going to level 3. We're risking. We're either creating a line that says, you're this and I'm this. Now, when you are all about truly connecting with people, and you say, I'm a Republican, they say they're a Democrat, and you say, I like this person, they say, I don't like this person, and you say, and you're kind of now reporting your beliefs and your values. Now, a healthy person, instead of like, boom, now the wall is up, will say, oh, okay, wow. I appreciate you being honest. You're on that side, I'm on this side. Let me hear how you think about this certain thing. Oh, I value that. It's different than I think. There is a way, even in a political conversation, where it doesn't have to create a wall in our brain. They're a loser. They're a jerk. How could they do that? How could they value? See, level 3 is risky. What happened in the last 4 or 5 years when COVID came out and Trump and Biden and all the stuff that happened politically in America, it created a wall. It's like this side or that side. It really brought out a level 3 that wasn't good. And people started saying, I'm for this, I'm against this. I'm like, that's not the right way that we should be treating political values. We should not cut. We should connect. So values, and I'm not just talking about political values, but level 3 is a risk. So if you bring your values out, a lot of times I'm in conversation with people, level 2 conversations. How's the weather? How's sports? How's your family? How's life? How was last week? How's your coffee? All of that. And then all of a sudden, somebody brings a bridge conversation, which means we're going to go to level 3 potentially, by saying, what about what Trump did? What about what Gavin Newsom did, California? What about this or that? It's like, that's a bridge. I can either say, Oh, nice. How's the weather? How's the weather, by the way? Or how was them, them Steelers, or how was the 49ers, or whatever it is? I can take it back to 2 because I'm like, I don't want to touch that subject. A bridge conversation. Or I can risk, and why? And you don't risk until you feel like it's safe. You're not going to go to level 3 with someone if they're going to be like a wall as soon as you say something, or a fight. You're like, I don't know if I'm ready for a fight. Am I ready to put it out there? Another level 3. What's another level 3 conversation? Your beliefs in God. What's level 2? Business. I can be around a lot of business people, but they may not be a Christian. I don't know if they're a Christian. I don't know if they love God. So level 3 is a risk. Values, beliefs, ideas. I can go, am I going to risk bringing God into the conversation? Now, I don't always have to, but I know that when someone says something and now it creates a bridge moment, either I am going to connect my values and beliefs to them, and then we're going to create a bridge potential where relationally we come and walk together and we meet each other and a bridge is built. Or what's happening? It becomes a drawbridge. It becomes a wall that there is no connection. The bridge doesn't build. Instead, it's one of those drawbridges where it goes up and there's a disconnection. So these are risks, and we're always navigating these. And I'm always learning, when should I bring a level 3 values into the conversation? I was on the plane yesterday flying home from Houston. I sat next to somebody and we ended up getting in a conversation. I don't normally do that. I normally put the earphones on and watch the movie. But I just, for some reason, started a little conversation. We ended up chatting for an hour and we were talking business. That's level 2. It was fine. And then I'm always like, okay, am I going to go to level 3? Values, ideas. I'm going to bring a little spiritual. And I decided to release a little bit of I decided to speak to this man and begin to just speak over some things that I saw in him. That's deeper. So I started speaking to him. If you're in the church space that I've been in, you might call that prophecy. But I'm just speaking in a very relational, casual way, not using a bunch of flowery spiritual language, but just begin to say some stuff about who he was, where he was going. And then he goes, oh, you're like a psychic or something. You're like is this a spiritual reading? What's going on here? So what did I do? I gave a level 3. I revealed values, ideas. That's risky. He was trying to figure out what was happening, but it definitely kind of shook him a little bit. Our casual conversation on the airplane went to the next level. And as I decided that I was going to risk that and try a level 3 with this random stranger and see if a bridge was going to be built or the bridge would become a drawbridge. There ain't no bridge. That stopped him. He couldn't go there. Maybe something about that sort of thing scared him off. But it's like we found a way that we continued in these conversations. And so my doggie's down here. She's trying to get up. And anyways, it became a meaningful conversation. We stayed at a good level 3. And we learned a little bit more about each other. It opened up some deeper it was meaningful, and we exchanged some information. And after that, and said goodbye and exchanged numbers and everything. And so level 3 is a crossover bridge communication that many of us, we don't ever want to risk. But I encourage you, loneliness stays at level 2. Meaningful relationships, you're going to have to risk level 3, but you use wisdom on it, because if you just always throwing level 3 out, sometimes people can't handle it and they put the wall up to you. We want more, but they're not ready. So there's a wisdom on how do I build a level 3 conversation, and then you're going deeper with level 4, which really starts getting level 4. You begin to reveal to people your emotions, your feelings, your heart. This is definitely, people are not ready for this yet, but in time you build that. Those are the people that become friends to you. You want to begin to let your heart out. I was in a group today, and I I was really impressed with one of the guys that began to share something. He began to cry. It was a good business person, and began to cry and began to share something. And he shared something for someone else, and he was sharing something in his own journey. And I'm like, wow, that's deep. That's a risk in this group, which is like a 2 group with some 3 in it. And I just popped into a 4, where it's like his heart was there, his emotions were there. And guys, at the end of the day, don't we all want that? Isn't that what we all really want? Some of us, we're men, that's too mushy. Let's talk about football. That's a bunch of crap, guys. None of us, at the end of the day, that's not a real man. I remember learning this years ago. It's like real men are tough and tender. And there can be that tough manliness in football and war and guns and athleticism and this and that and conquering and money and increase and profit and masculinity. It's like, that's fine. But that's not the totality of a man. And that's a man that will stay lonely. And so that there's an invitation for all of us. My journey and what I love to do is help people learn to get connected to their heart, their emotions, business people, because a lot of times business people and political people, they want an outcome, but it's eluding them, and it's connected to their heart. They're so connected to their dollars, their success, their identity, that they don't know how to let their heart out with their loved ones. They don't know how to move from level 2. Here's what I'm doing. Here's where we're going. Let's go here. There's where we're taking territory. We're making money. We're influencing. And they're losing their family because they're not connecting at a 4 level, heart, emotions, a 3 level, values, beliefs, and trying to build a bridge instead of create a wall. And then level 5, which is a level that really few have ascended to, it's a peak communication where you have learned to master all of the levels. You know when to be at level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You know how to move. You know the right people to go deep with. You know the people to stay shallow with. You know how to build the bridge. You become a master of relationship. And when you have learned to be a master of relationship, you truly are a rich person. And you will have a meaningful life. And so I just throwing that out right from my friendship book. It's wherever you're at, whatever level you are at, just kind of give yourself a little assessment and just make a commitment to begin to try to navigate the next level. And it's a risk, guys. And some of us, we've been hurt, so we kind of like have given up. I've tried this. It didn't work out. Yeah, if it was easy, everyone would do it. That's why there's 70% loneliness in America. It is a disease. There's a lot that happens when you're lonely. So fight for it, guys. We gotta break through this. Relationships, friendship, family. And I hope this conversation was helpful. If it was, just share this with somebody and let them know. And man, have an amazing day. It was a good chat. Peace.